Hey, good morning, everybody. This is one day I don't have to work late. I work overnight, so I'm going to see if I can find a trade this morning. I might find one, I might not. My strategy is to find the pre-market highs and lows, as well as the opening range from the first 15 minutes of market open. And if I see price go outside two of these, I'll get a call or a put. It's that simple. I'm trying to move away from being a scalper only. I'd like to get some of the bigger plays, but if I have to settle for 20 to 40%, so be it. This is Weevil. I'm just using my little indicator that I wrote. These columns here are for when the slow EMA crosses over the fast one. I'm using a 10-period exponential moving average for the slow one and a 30-minute exponential moving average for the fast one. Let's see what happens when the markets open. Pretty aggressive going down towards the pre-market low, but I just might not do anything and wait until 9:45. Of course, if it crosses one of those levels, I'm in. We'll see what happens. It just crossed a level. Let's see if it closes past that level. Let me cancel that little order. If I do get a full candle to close below the pre-market low, that's a signal that we're in a downtrend. There's pretty big wicks on the upside and downside. That seems to hint at a bit of indecision in the market, but we'll see what happens. I have changed my strategy, by the way, which means I will not get a trade every day. If I don't see my setup play out pretty confidently, I'm not going to guess or gamble. I just don't take a trade. It's that easy. candle close down below. Let's see what happens. So I bought a position. You see here, that was for 68 bucks. It's going down pretty well. I'm at about 29%. Do I go for more? I guess so. If I hit 40%, I'm out. I have a feeling it gets to about 30. Pretty aggressive at 38. Wow, 49, 50%. Don't be greedy. Let's get out now. Done, I'm out. Let's look at our orders. Filled. I bought it at 75 and I sold it at 105. I don't have a calculator, but let's see. Sure I do. This is a computer. What's the matter with me? I'll do my simple math. 105 divided by 75. So I made 40% precisely. Not bad. If you notice, it is kind of unusual. I just follow a simple rule. Even though I see these wicks above and below, which hinted at indecisiveness, it did cross below and close below the pre-market low. That told me get into a trade. It took a dip down. It went kind of far down, but remember, we're still within the opening 15 minutes, so a lot can happen. I decided not to be greedy and let my strategy play itself out the way I described it. So I got out. Sure, could I have made more? Probably. The position I had was a 608 put. Right now it's about $1.11, $1.12 instead of 105. In any case, no, that was simple. I followed my strategy and we're okay. This purple here is the opening range. It's not done yet. Yeah, I was out of the trade much earlier, but the opening range I've chosen is from 9:30 Eastern Standard Time until 9:45 a.m. So you can see I've done my trade. I made my 40% today before 9:38. I'll let this play for a little while so you can see the opening range develop itself. I can make the candles a little wider as well.
Everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRANGER.
Oh, what the heck, I'm not shy. This is me.
For the ones who get it done.
I'm using OBS Studio to record the window. If I'd stayed in that trade, currently I'm looking at it and the price went as high as 113. Right now it's dropped down to 104. It's kind of tricky, but when you see those wicks, again, those wicks are indecision. I would not get into a position right now while the opening range is still being developed. I only did that previously because, again, I saw the price cross below this line, which my indicator automatically maps out for me since it is the pre-market low. Looking at it now, if I'd stayed in the trade, I could have gotten about 130, give or take. I just don't like those wicks. So, again, I like to record the entire session, let the whole opening range develop itself, and I can see, hey, was my strategy a good one? Did I use discipline and follow my strategy? Did I let greed take a hold, or did I let logic say, hey, take profits and protect the principal? I think we did okay today. I don't want to have a very short video, so I will let the entire opening range develop itself out till 9:45. In case you're curious about this indicator, you can visit helpmetradeoptions.com, and once you log in, you can access the file download section. The indicator is there. It's free. You can open up the Weibo web version or the desktop app. It doesn't work on mobile, but you can add your own script. So you can copy it, change it, rename it, do whatever you want, make it your own. Mine, when I made it, I used the 10-period EMA as well as a 30-period EMA, and I like the results. The EMA crossover columns, that basically red means the fast EMA crossed down below the slow EMA, telling us, hey, we're in a downtrend. It appeared in the pre-market times, and yes, we are in a downtrend. When I see the gap between the fast and slow exponential moving averages get bigger, that tells me the trend is developing even stronger in that direction. I could be wrong, of course, but again, let's let this play out. Another thing on my chart you'll see right here is plus symbols. Well, that's a 200-period exponential moving average. It's something I've been playing around with when looking at charts. During times of low volatility, it seems like, well, you can look at the price. It tends to gravitate back towards those long-term moving averages. I'm trying to develop a sense of confluence wherein if I'm already below the 200-period exponential moving average, and this is on a 1-minute chart, and my fast-moving exponential moving average has dropped down below the slow-moving one, I have 2 points of confluence. The third, which is good enough for me, was that we moved down below the pre-market low. There's a pre-market high up there. My indicator automatically draws these out for me. I'll zoom out so you can see the chart. Pre-market starts at 4 a.m. You see the highs, it automatically draws and traces out for me. I'm only using the bodies. People like to do different things. Some people like to use the wicks and the bodies when they're determining the pre-market range. The opening range, I'm using only the bodies. Watch what happens if I tell it in my indicator. I just go to the settings. You won't see them here because of the way the studio captures it. But if I tell it to include the wicks in the ranges, I just checked the option. If you notice, now it's highlighting the wicks here to determine the period, or to determine the range for the opening range, as well as, if you see, the pre-market high, which was previously visible, has moved up a little bit higher. I like to use the bodies. Choose your poison. I'm going to select this to turn off the wicks so they're not included in the ranges. There. Well, it's 9:45. You'll see this isn't going to draw itself anymore. We reached the low part. We've already established the opening range. If I were going to take another trade, or if I hadn't already, I'd simply wait for a candle to close down below the opening range, which that one did, and look what's happening. We've got our confluence. It's a downtrend. We've already had our opening range established. The candle closed. Look, price is dropping. What more can you ask for? Very simple. It doesn't work always, but with a little bit of thought and a little bit of discipline, you can actually make trades successfully. By the way, if I had stayed in that trade which I bought, the 608, I bought it at 75. Guess what price is up to now? It's at 175. I would have made well over 100%. Does that tell me I should have stayed in the trade earlier? No, because that would be gambling. While the opening range is getting developed, I have no idea what's happening. That's about it. Until next time.